All right, Weather Authority Chief Meteorologist Dan Cianca here with a look outdoors. It was pretty hot out there today.
It was another warm one. There's no doubt about it, Veronica, and we're going to see quite a few more of those over the next several days. The reason is high pressure is in control of blocking storm systems well off to the north again, blocking clouds, squishing our marine layer. We talked about the dry offshore winds and what they're doing to the fire danger over the next couple of days. Just again, be aware that fires that start could spread rapidly up in the hills over the next couple of days. Here was a sunset picture from Salinas tonight and some preliminary high temperatures, still recording some totals tonight. 95 in Carmel Valley and Corralitos today, nice and hot there. Watsonville 91, upper 80s in Santa Cruz. Salinas at 86 in the cool spot, Monterey at 73 degrees. And out there tonight, we're pretty mild, 60s for the most part, and still 70 degrees in Carmel Valley, for example. So it is a warm evening out there under clear skies. Mars very bright in the sky right now. It is at opposition, which means it is basically the Earth is right between Mars and the sun, so we're looking head on, and it's actually really close to Earth in its orbit right now, the closest it'll be for some time. So if you see a big red dot in the sky, it's almost overhead right now. It should be right about there, although I don't know where that would be in your home, but right about there. Yeah, just go look outside. Either way, winds fairly quiet in the low levels. We'll see them pick up in the hills overnight and get a little gusty at times over the next couple of days, but those dry offshore winds are going to keep the clouds offshore and keep skies sunny once again tomorrow. We're going to see the winds push the warm air all the way to the coast. And luckily, we lucked out really. There's not much smoke coming off the fires in Northern California. So even though we have northerly winds, we're not seeing any smoke move into the region. So we are good on that side of things. Air quality is going to stay good to moderate, although we might get a little bit of pollutants and air pollution from the Bay Area. Either way, another hot day tomorrow, 90s in the San Lorenzo Valley and Scotts Valley. We're going to be in the 90s in Santa Cruz tomorrow. Bonnie Doon in the 90s after a low in the 70s. It'll be warm up in the hills overnight, and really it's going to be that way for the next several days. Castroville almost 80 tomorrow, 93 in Watsonville, Salinas in the 90s, mid-90s in Hollister. It's one of those days where our coastal temperatures aren't all that different than the inland ones, especially on the north side of the bay as you have the winds coming down out of the mountains. Even Marina at 80 tomorrow. Monterey another day with warm temperatures, 80 for you, 92 in Carmel tomorrow with those offshore winds. Big Sur in the 90s, Carmel Valley in the 90s, the Salinas Valley up and down in the 90s tomorrow. It's going to be toasty out there, so make sure you're finding ways to stay cool and find ways to stay cool for the next several days because it's not going anywhere, the heat. In fact, it'll get a little bit warmer Thursday and Friday on the coast before starting to cool down through the weekend. But right now, the weekend looks gorgeous. Cooler next week, the return of some low clouds, no rain in the forecast over the next 7 days. Computer models are trying to show something in like 2 weeks, but yeah, it's going to be hot and dry this week and probably a little bit cooler next week. Our inland temperatures you're seeing in the 90s as well will be the warmest on Friday before cooling off through the weekend. We're back after this.